So this is Teacher King David. So now we are on chapter 1 of quadratics. So quadratics, there is what we call quadratic function. There is what we call quadratic function. So when it is function, that's when you find you have like y equal to ax squared plus bx plus c. This is what we call quadratic function. Ax squared plus bx plus c. So if we let y equal to 0, so that is ax squared plus bx plus c equal to 0. So now from quadratic function, so now it becomes quadratic equation. Quadratic equation. So when you have quadratic equation, you can solve that equation by using different methods. So now we're going to start with quadratic equation. If we start with quadratic equation, we are going to see how we can solve that equation. You know, before we go to quadratic equation, there is a linear equation. For linear equation, that's where you have like ax plus b equal to 0. To solve that linear equation, you just bring b on that side, you get ax equal to negative b. So where x is negative b over a. So that's how we can solve that equation. That's the linear equation. So from that linear equation now, there is quadratic equation. So quadratic equation, which is in this form, we can solve quadratic equation by using different methods. So we can solve quadratic equation. You can solve quadratic equation by using the following methods. So we're going to see the methods that we can use solving quadratic equation. So the first method, there is factorization. By factorization. So the second method is by completing the square. So the third method is by quadratic formula. So meaning that we have three methods we can use to solve quadratic equation. So let's start with Roman 1. We start with factorization. How can you use factorization to solve quadratic equation? So I have ax squared plus bx plus c equal to 0. So what I do, I have sum, this is sum. I take sum as coefficient of x, which is b. So here, our a must be different from 0. Our a must be different from 0 because if a is 0, it's no longer a quadratic equation, it is a linear equation. So our a must be different from 0. So sum is b. So then product, we take product as sc. So meaning that we find two numbers we can multiply to get product, we add them to get sum. So when we are using factorization, we find two numbers we can multiply to get product, we add those two numbers to get sum. So meaning that those two numbers are the factors of product. Those two numbers are factors of product. For example, let's take examples. Examples number 1. Solve the following quadratic equations by factorization. So I have a it is saying 6x squared plus 5 equal to 17x. B, B is saying 9x squared minus 39x minus 30 equal to 0. C it is saying I have 21 over 2x minus 2 over x plus 3 equal to 1. So let us do those three numbers from one number. So I have 6x squared plus 5 equal to 17x. The first step is to arrange this equation in the quadratic form. Is to arrange this equation in quadratic form, which is ax squared plus bx plus equal to 0. So which means that I'm going to bring this 17 on that side. So it will be 6x squared minus 17x plus 5 equal to 0. So now, our product, you know that product is AC, which is now 6 times 5, so which is 30. Sum is B, which is negative 17, coefficient of x. So I'm going to find two numbers from the factors of this product. I can multiply to get 30, I add them to get negative 17. So what are the factors of 30? The factors of 30 is 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 10, 15, and 30. So we need to use positive and negative. Negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 5, negative 6, negative 10, negative 15, negative 30. So now from there, I have factors of 30. Which numbers we can multiply to get 30, we add them to get negative 17. So we're going to choose two numbers here so that we can add them to get negative 17. We multiply to get 30. Those two numbers are negative 15 and negative 2. If we take negative 2 plus negative 15, that's negative 17. If you take negative 2 times negative 15, you are getting 30. So those two numbers are negative 2 and negative 15. So, and the changing part, always, it is this one. We have 6x squared minus 17x plus 5 equal to 0. So this is the changing part. This will be the changing part because I have negative 17x. So this is the changing part always. Changing part. So we change this part. So the 6x, this part remains the same, and that one remains the same. Always we change this part. After getting two numbers, you can multiply to get product, you add to get sum. So this will be 6x squared. Instead of using negative 17x, I'm going to use negative 2x minus 15x plus 5 equal to 0. So now this I'm going to group. When I group this with that one also. So the common factor here, it is 2x. I take 2x out of the bracket. So 6x squared divided by 2x, I remain with 3x. So 2x divided by 2x, I remain with negative 1. So here I take negative 5 out of the bracket. I remain with negative 3x minus 1. Here you can see that equal to 0. You can see that 3x minus 1 is common. I take 3x minus 1 out of the bracket. I remain with 2x minus 5 equal to 0. So when you have two products equal to 0, it means that one of the product is 0 or another one is equal to 0. It is 3x minus 1 equal to 0 or 2x minus 5 equal to 0. So which means that our x is 1 over 3 or our x is 5 over 2. So I have factorized. After factorizing, it helped me to get values of x. So our set now is a third and 5 over 2. I hope you don't have any question here on number A. So let's go to do number B. You're still with Teacher King David about quadratic equations. So this is number 1b. We're going to solve this question by using factorization. Actually here you see that if we can take 3 out of the bracket, we can make 3x squared minus 13x minus 10 equal to 0. We divide by 3 both sides. 3 divided by 3 is 1. 0 divided by 3 is 0. We mean is 3x squared minus 13x minus 10 equal to 0. So here you see our product is 3 times negative 10, which is negative 30. Our sum is negative 13. So we're going to find 2 numbers. We can multiply to get negative 30. We add to get negative 13. Those 2 numbers are from the factors of negative 30. So what are the factors of 30? We have 1, we have 2, we have 3, we have 5, we have 6, we have 10, we have 15, and we have 30. So we have negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 5, negative 6, negative 10, negative 15, and negative 30. So among of those factors of negative 30, which 2 values you can add to get negative 13? We multiply to get negative 30. So those are negative 15 and positive 2. If we take negative 15 plus 2, we are getting negative 13. If we take 2 times negative 15, we are getting negative 30. So meaning that it will be, and remember the changing part is only this one, it will be 3x squared minus 15x plus 2x minus 10 equal to 0. So we're going to group, so we need to group this and that one. So if we take 3x out of the bracket, we're going to remain with 3x squared divided by 3x, that is x. 15x divided by 3x, that is negative 5. Plus 2 into bracket. 2x divided by 2, we are remaining with x. Negative 10 divided by 2, we are remaining with negative 5. Up to now, you can equal to 0. Up to now, you can see that x minus 5 is common. We take x minus 5 out of the bracket. We remain with 3x minus, plus 2 equal to 0. So we have, this is factorization. It is already factorized. So meaning that we have 2 factors, we have 2 products that are equal to 0. If we have 2 factors that are equal to 0, it means that one of them is equal to 0, which means that x minus 5 is equal to 0, or 3x plus 2 equal to 0. So implies that we get the value of x from here, because x will be equal to 5, because we are bringing 5 here, it will be x equal to 5, or x will be negative 2 over 3. So those are the values of x. So meaning that our set is negative 2 divided by 3 and 5. So that was B. C, it is saying we need to solve, if you remember, C it is saying that we have to solve 21 over 2x minus 2 over x plus 3 equal to 1. So what are you going to do there? First of all, we need to find LCM, lowest common multiple, because this is a fraction. So what is the LCM of that? It will be 2x into bracket x plus 3. When we take this one divided by this, we're remaining with x plus 3 times 21. It will be 21 times x plus 3 minus 2 into bracket. We take this one divided by that, we're remaining with 2x equal to 1. So now, this will be 21x plus 21 times 3, that is 63, minus 4x, divided by 2x into bracket x plus 3 equal to 1. We cross multiply. If we cross multiply, it will be 21x minus 4x, we are getting 17x plus 63 equal to 2x into bracket x plus 3. We just expand on this, expand this one. It will be 17x plus 63 equal to 2x squared plus 6x. So now we let this one, we bring it in quadratic form, which is 2x plus 6x minus 17 minus 63 equal to 0. We are bringing this one on this side, so here we stay with 0. So that is 2x squared. This is 17x. 6x minus 17x, we're meaning with negative 11. X minus 63 equal to 0. So what do we do here? You see we have this kind of quadratic equation where product now is 2 times negative 63, which is negative 126. And our sum is negative 11. You see that negative 126, it is a big number. To find its factor, it can take you time. But what you do, if you know to use quadratic formula, immediately you can use quadratic formula, then you bring it to factorization. How can I do that? I just say, okay, my A is 2, my C is negative 11, I mean my B, and my C is negative 63. So I use quadratic formula, which is x negative b plus or minus b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a. So I'm using quadratic formula to help me to bring back into factorization. So this is x equal to 11 plus or minus 11 squared, that is 121, minus 4ac minus 4, my a is 2, my c is negative 63, divided by 2 times a, which is 2 times 2. So our x will be equal to 11 plus or minus square root of 121 minus 8 times 63. When you take that 8 times 63, you're going to get, let us use the calculator. When you take 8 times 63, let us use the calculator to get that answer. So we have 63 times 8, which is plus 63 times 8, which is 504, divided by 4. So x will be 11 plus or minus plus 121. This is square root of 625 divided by 4. So our x will be 11 plus or minus square root of that one, 625, getting 25 divided by 4. So what is that? We have two values of x. So this is 36 divided by 4, I get 9. This is negative 11 minus 25. 25 minus 11, we get negative 14 over 4. By 2, that's negative 7 over 2. So what does it mean? It means that I have x equal to 9. So what is the factor? The factor is x minus 9 equal to 0. I bring this on here, on this side. So I have x equal to negative 7 over 2. What is the factor? This is over 1, I cross multiply, it becomes 2x equal to negative 7. So I bring that on here. So 2x plus 7 equal to 0. So this is another factor. So meaning that, it means that 2x squared minus 11x minus 63 equal to 0. It is the same as 2x plus 7 into bracket x minus 9 equal to 0. You see now finally, it helped you to do what? To factorize that quadratic equation. So because instead of going to find the factors of 126, sometimes you can make a mistake because this is a big number. So you can immediately use quadratic equation. After using quadratic equation, you factorize like this one. So mean that therefore, the values of x are negative 7 over 2 or x equal to 9. So which is our set, contains negative 7 over 2 and 9. Remember, when you're writing a solution set, you start with the smallest number to a biggest number. So let's go to number 2. That was number 1. Thank you.